Hello friends, welcome back to the another video lecture of ADA subject. In this video lecture we are going to learn about graphs. Our 6th unit is exploring graphs. So let's start with it. First of all, let's understand what is graph and its games. So in that, initially there are a heap of matches on the table between two players. The first player may remove as much as he likes, except that he must take at least one and he must leave at least one. There must therefore be at least two matches in initial heap. Thereafter, each player in turn must remove at least one match and at most twice number of matches his opponent just took. The player who removes the last match wins. There are no draws. For example, suppose that at some stage in game you find yourself in front of pile of 5 matches. Your opponent has just picked up 2 matches and now it's your turn to play. You may take 1, 2, 3 or 4 matches. However, you may not take all 5 since the rule forbids taking more than twice what your opponent just took. What should you do? Most people playing this kind of game begins to run through possibility in their minds, like if I take 4 matches, that leaves just one for my opponent which he can take and win. Second, if I take 3, that leaves 2 for my opponent and again he can take them and they can win. Third, if I took 2, the same thing will happen. And in last, but if I take just 1, then he will have 4 matches in front of him, of which he can only take 1 or 2. In this case, he doesn't win at once. So it is certainly my best move. To formalize this process of looking ahead, we represent the game by a directed graph. Each node in graph corresponds to a position in game and each edge corresponds to a move from position to another. The node of graph corresponding to this game are therefore pairs in I and J. In general, Ij, I less than or equal to j and less than or equal to I indicates I matches remain on the table and that any number of between 1 and j may be taken on the next move. The edges leaving this position, that is, the move that can be made, go to the j nodes less than I minus k, minimum of 2k or I minus k greater than, and last one less than or equal to k less than or equal to j. The node corresponding to the initial position in the game with n matches is n or n minus 1 and n greater than or equal to 2. The position 0, 0 loses the game if a player is in position when it is his turn to move. His opponent has taken the last match and won. No position of the form I0 appears abstract for losing position 0, 0. Such position cannot be reached in the course of game, so they are of no interest. Similarly, node Ij with j odd and j less than I minus 1 cannot be reached from any initial position, so they too are omitted. As we explain in a moment, the square node represent losing position and the round node are winning position. As you can see in this figure, you can observe this figure. For this figure we will discuss that the square node represent losing position and the round nodes are winning positions. The heavy edges correspond to winning moves. In a winning position, choose one of heavy edges and win. there are no heavy edges leaving at losing position, corresponding to the fact that such position offer no winning move. You can see by this graph. This is just a part of game. Okay, so it must be a large game from of this graph game. This is just a part of it. Now let's see about concept of graph. First of all, what is graph? So graph is a collection of two sets V and E, where V is the set of vertices and E is a set of edges. So in this figure you can see V1, V2, V3, V4, V5 and V6 are the vertices, and E1, E2, E3, E4, E5 and E6 are the edges. So generally graph is denoted by V comma E, means set of vertices, comma set of edges. So this is concept of graph. Now let's see type of graph. So there are two type of graph. First one is directed graph and second one is undirected graph. For the directed graph, in directed graph direction are shown on the edges. So this arrowhead shows the direction. So this type of graph known as directed graph. In undirected graph there will be no edges directed, means we can see there is no arrowheads available in this graph. So this is undirected graph. Basic terminologies of our graph. So first of all, let's see about complete graph. If an undirected graph of n vertices consists of n into n minus 1 divided by 2 number of edges, then that graph is known as complete graph. So this definition says if we have n vertices and we have edges n into n minus 1 divided by 2, then it will be complete. Let's check for this graph. We have 1, 2, 3 and 4 vertices. So this definition says we will have n into n minus 1, means in 4 into 3 is equal to 12 divided by 2. 6 number of edges we have, then this will be a complete graph. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6. We have 6 number of edges here. So this is example of complete graph. Next is subgraph. A subgraph G dash of graph G is a graph such that set of vertices and set of edges of G dash are proper subset of the set of edges of G. So let's check here. We have graph G with vertices V1, V2, V3 and V4 and edges E1, E3, E4 and E2. So for becoming a subset of this graph, this properties that we have discussed is compulsory. So we have G dash here, V2, V4 and with edge E3. So in this graph, let's check here V2, V4 with edge E3. So this is a proper part of this graph. So this will be known as subgraph. Okay. Now connected graph. An undirected graph is said to be connected if for every pair of distinct vertices Vi and Vj, there is an edge Vi to Vj in G. If for every vertices edges are available to connect both vertices, then there will be known as connected graph. Another one is weighted graph. Weighted graph is a graph which consists of weight along its edges. Instead of E1, E2, E3 and E4, we have edges V1 to V2, edges of weight 10, V1 to V3, edge of weight 6. So this is known as weighted graph. Now dense graph. The graph which contains maximum number of edge from connecting vertices of graph is called as dense graph. So this says each and every possible edge will be there into our graph. So let's check. If we have edge from V1 to V5 is available, then V1 to V5 edge is available. If we have edge V4 to V6 available, V4 to V6 edge is available. V6 to V2 is available, then V2 to V6 edge is available. So all possible edges available. So that can be maximum number of edges in connecting vertices. So this will be known as dense graph. Now sparse graph. Sparse graph is a kind of graph having minimum number of edges within it. These edges are connecting all the vertices, but there are the minimum edges. V1 to V2 available, but V1 to another nodes no edges are available. V6 to V2 available, but V6 to V5 is available, but V6 to no another is available. So here the minimum number of edges for making a graph is available, but this is not a dense graph. This is an example of sparse graph. Now let's take about what is path in graph. So path is denoted using sequence of vertices, and there exists an edge from one vertex to the next vertex. So here we have node, or we can say vertices 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here we have directed graph from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 and 5 to 1. So this is 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. So this will be known as a graph's path. Now cycle. A close walk through the graph with repeated vertices, mostly having the same starting ending vertices, is called a cycle. So as like our path, we will find path from this graph. So we will find 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 4, 5 and again 1. So this is the starting and ending vertices are same. So this will be a cycle. Let's check for this 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to again 2. So this will be another cycle. So this type of happening is called cycle. In degree and out degree. So for this graph, how many arrowhead is coming to this vertex is known as in degree. How many arrowhead is going outside, it is known as out degree. So let's check for V1. So 1 is outside and 1 is inside. So in degree is 1, out degree is 1. For node V2, no outgoing degrees, both degrees are incoming. So in degree is 2, out degree is 0. For V3, both are outgoing. So in degree is 0, out degree is 2. And for V4, 1 is outgoing and 1 is incoming. So 1 in degree and 1 out degree. Next is self loop. Self loop is an edge that connects the same vertex to the itself. This is very rare case in graphs, that there will be a edge that will connect to itself. Representation of graph. We can represent graph by two things. First one adjacency matrix and second one adjacency list. So let's check about adjacency matrix. So this is the graph and this is the adjacency matrix. Here we have denoted all the vertices on this column and on these rows. Here our task is to finalize if 1 to 2 edge is available. If available, then how many direct edges are available, then that will be known as adjacency. So here 1 to 1 no directed path or directed edge is available. So 1 to 1 is 0. 1 to 2 1 edge is available. So this is 1. 1 to 3 1 edge is available. This is 1. 1 to 4 no direct edge is available. So 1 to 4 is 0. 1 to 5 1 edge is available. So 1. 2 to 1 1 edge is available. 1. 2 to 2 no self loop is available. So 0. 2 to 3 1. 2 to 4 no edge available. 0. 2 to 5 no direct edge available. 0. In same case we can find for 3, 4 and 5. So this is the adjacency matrix. If graph is weighted graph, then instead of 1 we can write all the weight of these edges. Then if 1 to 2 edge is available, then we will write weight of this edge. 1 to 3 path is available, then we will write weight of that edge. If 1 to 5 is available, then we will write 1 to 5 edge weight here. So this is for weighted graph. Now adjacency list representation. In place of array, we can use linked list to represent a graph, when we can obtain all the edges of linked list. Here 1 is connected with 2 and 5, so in linked list we will represent 1 to 2 and 1 to 5. If 2 is connected with 1 and 3, then 2 to 1 and 2 to 3. If 5 is connected with 1 and 4, then 5 to 1 and 5 to 4. So this is the representation by linked list of adjacency list. Okay, if we go from 1 to 2, then for representing 2, we can find that from the node 2 we have path 2 to 1 and also 2 to 3. So this is the presentation of graph by using linked list. So this is it for today's lecture. If you like this video, then like, comment and subscribe. Also share it with your friends. Thank you friends.